Lay da day day da day day, la day, lay day day, day 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 day. Ay 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 ay, ay 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 ay. I love you. I love you. I love you. Willow sweet, willow sweet. I love you. Willow, willow sweet. I love you. I, 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 I love you.
Oh, it's wet here. But I wanted to sit here with the willow behind me and the sky. So let's try this. See how we go. Yeah, we're on this little journey of lovingly caring for ourselves, which is so needed today. Taking time, being peaceful, quiet, and really nurturing ourselves. These beautiful divine beings we are, who have been not looked after for a very long time. And when we start doing this, what we eat is part of the journey. And as I see it, I've said many things about food on the other channel also, and just share what I believe. And first of all, I don't believe in anything aggressive. I mean, you can do a detox diet or something for a little while, but you must do it out of really out of love. Because when we do aggressive things, it's actually very hard for our bodies. And many of us have very battered bodies. And the whole fact that we're living in a world that's very toxic doesn't make it all easier. So, but about diet, I wanted to say that just like everything else in our life, we have learnt that our whole relationship to food and meals and all this is deeply ingrained in us from our childhood and from our culture. And I know from myself that I've spent so much energy on food and thinking about how to feed my family with good, nutritious food. I think it was mainly what I thought about 90% of the time for about 20 years. It was out of proportion. And the fact that we weren't physically very well just made it all really, really complicated. But as I see it now, as we each and every one of us are on our own journey of really allowing ourselves to be healed and be well, it's important to be really honest about how you feel and which type of food you want. So always really listen to your stomach, to your body. What does it want? What does it feel like? You might feel like a lot of fat, a whole lot of chips or vegetables, just vegetables you put in the oven with lots of ghee or olive oil on and lots of salt, something really warm and fatty, and you might feel like something very fresh and very like salads. Our bodies are unique. and they need very unique things. So what I was going to say before about the cultures, what I learned is that, you have to have 3 meals a day, and each meal has to contain all these different things, grains and proteins and something to drink and all this stuff, and it has to taste wonderful, and it has to all these things, and you can't eat the same thing 2 days in a row, and there's just all these rules that just were sitting in my mind for so long. And the whole thing of when you're in a family, you have to eat at the same time, which is actually really not very good for our digestion. So some of us need to eat not very often, and other people need to eat. Someone like me, I need to eat all the time nearly. So we are just so different. So what I feel my life has taught me is to really eat, especially right now in where we are, as we are living now. Eat when you feel like it. And your family might find it hard to understand, but and you can sit down together. But if you explain to your family that this is actually very important for you for a while to do this, they will understand. And if they don't understand, they're going to have to understand. It's just too bad. Because if our family and actually satisfying other people is more important than our digestion, we're still not being loving towards ourselves. So to really allow ourselves, and that's one of the big things, to stop feeling, oh, but I should, I can't do this, and what will they think, and what if I don't turn up to that party because I can't do it. And I can't have all that food, and I just don't want all the noise. What are they going to say? You know what? It's okay. Just let it go. Do what is really true for you. And so what I find just food-wise, I've said this many times before. I start off saying apple cider vinegar. I've known about this and have used this for a long time, but I've really gone into it very sort of more focused this time, and it is really a wonder drink, and most of us need it quite badly. So at the moment I'm drinking in warm water 4 times during the day and night. If I wake up at night, I'll have some, with 1.5 tablespoons of raw apple cider vinegar. It's cleansing, it's very nutritious, it's alkalizing. So many of us have a sour body. In Danish, when somebody's in a bad mood, you say he's sour. The person who's sour probably has a sour body. It's funny, these things. We have sour bodies, and the apple cider vinegar alkalizes our body. And it just, people with cancer, they know people who have cancer, they have toxic bodies, of course, but they have sour bodies. If you have an alkaline body, you can't get cancer. Can't grow there. Another thing about cancer, which is interesting, just a little sidestep, is that it is actually yeast. It is actually fungi. The candida is fungi, which is candida often. That's a little bit of a sidestep. But anyway, apple cider vinegar, just go for it. If you have a sore throat, gargle also. Just watch your teeth, always just rinse your mouth a little bit, just your teeth, and spit it out when you've had some. So, and clean water, get hold of clean water. And what you eat, what I find, is to remove grains and sugar and all processed foods is a very, very powerful thing to do. And it is a very original way to eat, because mankind has not had grains for so long. And because we are so, our bodies are so weakened, it's actually very hard to break down grain. And so although it's wonderful, organic, beautiful grains, they can be very, very taxing for our bodies. So when you take them away and you have vegetables, fruit, nuts, meat, eggs, good raw milk, these things that are very alive, foods that are very alive and fresh, which grains really aren't, because that's all dried. nuts, of course, are dry too, but nuts have a different effect on our bodies. So if you can, take it step by step. This is, many people benefit from this. But always be gentle, be kind, and eat when you're hungry. Don't drink with your meal. Drink before or after, some time after. And apple cider vinegar, if you have a very weak digestion, to sip apple cider vinegar with your meal is very powerful. So eat when you're hungry, and eat till you feel. The Japanese from Okinawa, who actually become very old, very healthy people, the original people, they say only eat till your stomach is 2/3 full. So you're actually not completely full. Oh yeah. But when you don't have the hungry feeling anymore, you're actually full. So it's usually better to have a smaller meal than what we're used to. And the other thing is, sit in a lovely place when you're eating. Enjoy your food. Taste your food. Give yourself time to eat. So actually we often just sit and talk, but because I'm alone a lot now, and I just love just having an apple and some milk. It just is so tasty. And the whole thing that you're feeling this joy about the food makes your digestion very powerful. So the whole presence, being present with the food is very, very good for you. So, yes, I think that's about the food. To really allow yourself to follow your heart, follow your body about what's wonderful for you to eat, and enjoy it. So, take care, my friend. See you soon. Bye.